Did you know? History is often seen as the record of those things which have happened, a repository of knowledge, fixed and filled with facts, to which historians refer and talk about history as a series of things leading up to today. History is seen as a fixed pathway leading inevitably to who we are now. The historical record has its origins with stories from travellers returning from long voyages. Ancient historians weren't so concerned about facts and sources as they were about a good tale, often from the mouth of a sailor who'd seen strange things, such as the edge of the world, or curious creatures. These creatures included men with the heads of dogs, or famously men from warmer climes with one large foot. In the hot midday sun they would lie on their backs and shade themselves with their foot. Now undoubtedly these stories were augmented in the telling, like Chinese whispers, a little bit added here and there. Herodotus told a very similar tale about men in Ethiopia with one large and one small foot. But our one-footed friends were recorded by the Greek geographer and historian Ctesias. His observations were about Persia and Asia beyond, India and the Middle East as far as we're concerned. And though his book and words were lost to us, they were written down and somewhat paraphrased by Pliny the Elder in the 1st century AD. Unfortunately, it seems that Pliny the Elder confused a tale about men seemingly with large feet and also a tale about men seemingly with one leg. Other sources talk about these two types of men, but for Pliny the Elder they were one type, a person or people with one leg and one large foot. Pliny's writings made their way down the centuries and into the medieval psyche, where the story of a one-footed, one large-footed man who shaded himself from the midday sun was very popular. Indeed, it seems the idea influenced C.S. Lewis when he wrote about his duffel-puds, one-footed creatures in The Voyage of the Dawn Treader. This particular Chinese whisper to one side, where on earth did the story have its origin, I hear you cry? Well, some have suggested that travellers seeing people practicing yoga may have brought back tales of one-footed creatures, but there is another suggestion, linked with iconography in the region, and later in Hinduism. One-footed demons, and later Ekapada, the one-footed aspect of the god Shiva, are common motifs in the region. So the passing on of such tales to historians who never travelled to these regions could easily have populated a world filled with curious creatures on the fringes of the map. And to a certain extent, history has always struggled with the way we pass on tales about other times and other places. Interpretation is always required, and rather than a list of dates, you soon see that history is much more, well, like a soup. Quite a concoction, but oh so tasty.